Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're going to start a mix that is a singer-songwriter mix with Hayley Reardon. If you're not familiar with Hayley, she's a super talented singer-songwriter. You should go check out her music on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you get music. So I've just dragged in a session here into Luna. And by the way, this works in any DAW. This is non-specific to Luna. But I am going to use some of the extensions that come with Luna. So you may keep that in mind as you're watching this. Everything else is going to be perfectly normal to do in any DAW. So what we have here, we have a set of acoustic guitar tracks and a vocal mic and a room mic, it looks like here. So what I'm going to do first, I haven't done anything to set this up, so I'm just going to walk you through the process of what's going on here. I know at the beginning of this there's some talking, and I believe around this area the song will start. Right, so what I'm going to do right off the bat is I'm going to kind of move around some tracks here. I'm going to figure out what's going on. I think the listing of the tracks tells me a good bit. So this is acoustic guitar 1, it's a DI. This is acoustic guitar 1 that is a set of stereo microphones. Yep, and then there's an acoustic guitar 2 that also has a DI and a set of stereo microphones. And then there's a vocal, which I'm going to drag up here. And then there's a room mic set up to capture ambiance and stuff. And so the first guitar, I believe this is Hayley's set of guitar tracks here. And the second guitar here, Pau Figueres is his name, and he's a great player. Let's check this out. I think this is his guitar. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to color code these right fast. So this is Hayley's guitar. I'll make that color. These two are Pau's guitar. I'll make those a little bit different. The vocal, I'll make that purple, sure. In the room, why not? That color. Okay, so now I'm going to head back over here to the beginning. And I'm going to hit all group tracks. Select them, and I'm going to break this all these tracks by hitting the B key. I'm going to select all the beginning of that. I'm going to mute that by hitting Command M. Okay, now I'm going to select both areas of that track and hit the F key. This is going to create a crossfade in between those two sections. I'll zoom in on that so you can see what I'm talking about. You see this crossfade that it made right there? That's across each track. And now cool. So I'm going to make a few notes here as we move along. At the beginning here, I'm going to make a marker. This is in, so I know where the song comes in. Something already sounds out of phase, and we'll check that in a minute. I dreamed that you were blind and I went walking, looking for the light, but then I lost it, trying to bring the right thing home to you. And I see now that nothing is a waste. And I see okay, there's some racket happening in the room mic, and we may take care of that in a minute, or it may just be part of the song. We'll see. I built myself a castle just to climb. Hey, there's a truck driving by in the room mic. And I've got everything I've ever felt lined up in pretty little bottles, one way in and one way out. My love, it's gonna be a Okay, I'm gonna stop that right there where we hear the guy yell cut. I'm gonna grab each one of these tracks again. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna break right there. I'm gonna select all those. I'm gonna mute those with Command M. Select both sides of that and hit F key for a crossfade. Now we have set up markers here, so I know exactly what's going on in the song as it moves along. It's super important. So now at this point, what I'm going to do, I'm going to head in here and do some cleaning up before we do the mix, just to make everything easier to deal with as we go forward. I'm going to get rid of the cue mixes. I don't need those. And before I do anything routing wise, let's check a few things about the gain of each one of these tracks. I think we're pretty good on most things, but definitely there's some high peaks here and there. So let's check it out. Let's see what's going on. On this track that is the DI, which is Hayley's guitar, I'm going to go to kind of a louder section over here, and I'm going to put a VU meter on. I tend to use the Waves VU meter because it acts more like a VU meter in my opinion. I used to use the Klanghelm a lot. They're both fine. They both give you the information you need. Just this one feels a little more real to me. I know that it doesn't really matter, but that's why I use it. Yep, that's totally fine. Let's check out the stereo set of microphones. And on this one, we'll go to about the same section here.
Floating on a cloud above the last year. And I can see the moon now as the fog clears. Floating on a cloud above the last.
Cool, yeah, I brought that down about 1.5 or so dB just to make it safe for the mix. And we're gonna do the same thing on Pal's DI. I'll head over here. Looks like he's really digging in over here. That's fine. I'll put that down by about 1.7 dB and keep on trucking here on his microphones. We have... Oh yeah, okay. Let's pull that down a bit. I'll take it. Okay, down about 3.5 dB. Let's do the vocal mic.
I built myself a castle just to climb down. Built myself a castle just to climb down. And rifle through the fragments. Everything I've ever felt lined up in.
Okay, so that's down about 4 dB. And the room mic, I can tell just by eyeballing this one, it's probably fine. But let's check it anyway.
Floating on a cloud above the land.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so now we have gain staged this mix. All the tracks are ready to go. To remove those, I'm going to hit the remove button and click on one, and they all go away. That's because I highlighted these tracks. That's called group selection, I think, in Luna, but most DAWs have that as a feature. Okay, now let's find that phase thing that's happening.